been doing some thinking about people who have inspired me, whether historical people, Martin Luther King, Gandhi, Mother Teresa, the standards, martial art masters like Sensei, Morihei Ueshiba, I think that's how you pronounce it, the founder of Aikido. People I've met, like a certain amazing young lady in Austria, and you know who you are. Even a mate on here, Motorboy20, not sure if that's how you pronounce it, mate, who, for me, and I've spent many years looking at the essence of the martial arts personally, who for me epitomises what it means with his humbleness, with his persistence, with his chosen art, with his ability to have that determination, that drive, with his Aido, Aijutsu, his own personal style. He's respectful. So, he's a man I respect. People, my kids. I've got a 21-year-old, a 9-year-old heart son, as I call him, and their little sister, because they both share my daughter. They're both the brothers of my daughter, even though they're not related. He's only 3. They inspire me. They encourage me. But when I look at people whose stories in history have inspired me, who have fought against the odds, one thing I've learned, one thing I've seen and discovered about all these people who have changed the world through peaceful methods, even though I agree there are times where sometimes you do have to fight, but the ones like Martin Luther King and Gandhi, men who really epitomised non-violent resistance to an injustice, they retained their character and their core values. They did not change them. They put up with a lot. They got as far down, I guess, in the mud, kicked, beaten, as a person can get, and they rose up out of it. Both, ironically, were assassinated. But the changes they did, without resorting to violence, without having to compromise their core decency, their values, their respect for other people, no matter what their religion or their race, that had never changed. That was the foundation. I look at this young lady in Austria. She's been through a lot, and yet, much as I get driven crazy at times, it's more to do with the fact she doesn't see herself, not the way she should see herself, the real her. She has gone through shitloads of crap. I mean shitloads. Yet she still loves. She still retains that capacity to love, to feel, where so many I have come across have either switched off or have turned out to be the one to use and abuse and mistreat people. And she doesn't do that. She does drive one crazy with not being able to see her real self, but hopefully one day. I look at people who have had so much, and I see what they do with what they have, and I'm thinking, what the hell? They do nothing. I'm entitled to this. I mean, come on. People suffer there are people in situations that they cannot help. You get the people who say about homeless people in general, get a job, you're lazy, whatever. I've been homeless. And people end up in that situation, not always because of their own fault, not because they're alcoholics or they're on drugs or whatever. Things are expensive. You can't survive that well. People with jobs have trouble surviving. So come on. And with a thing called the institutionalisation, got that one out finally. People were booted from institutions who had mental health issues. How are they going to get work? How are they going to find a place? Look at that rent for a basic place, $250, $300 a goddamn week. If you're on the dole, you barely get that much a week. Pensions, not that much different. It's incredible. Times I feel like I just want to take off. I have Asperger's syndrome. People know, even though it's not now officially recognised in America by the Medical Association, it's a form of autism. I was only diagnosed 3 years ago. My 21-year-old boy, he was diagnosed at 5. I've learnt, for me, to compartmentalise. So I go after trolls. They're the classic examples of those who have what they want, and yet find the need to attack and harm emotionally other people, destroy people. And that'll be a subject I'll do another time. My thoughts on the cyberbullying. I'm able to switch off now. I've been trolled, cyberbullied, and for a long time it got to me. Even now I get occasionally mentioned on the site. All because I stood up to some arsehole who then basically him and some of his mates decided that me having a variety of inspirational threads, separate threads for 6, 7, I do once a day. Just quotes, separate quotes, Zen quotes, Mahatma Gandhi, Mother Teresa, bloody Martin Luther King, chicken soup for the soul, all those things. Apparently I was preaching to them. But I've learned to compartmentalise my emotions. And I do that so these arseholes don't get to me. But I have found that I've learnt so much from the people, including people I've known, including my own kids. So much about myself, how to be more of a man, a real man. My 21-year-old taught me what the essence of being a man is. Respect, gentleness, compassion, love. That's why I can't understand violence towards animals. The culling of wolves. But, nature deals with its own. There's no need to kill an animal just because you invaded their territory and they see your livestock as a food source. Come on. They dig into your profit, so it's okay to kill, to torture and maim, which will be something else I'll talk about another time. The abuse and torture of these hunts. I can't understand people in general. Our world has gone to shit in the handbasket. My middle child, my 9-year-old hard son, amazing little boy. He taught me a father has a heart condition, and he is my son. I even have his name tattooed on my arm. Incredible little boy, and he's got an amazing mum. She's a really good mum. And my daughter, she's 3. Her mum is my heart son's mum. She's a good woman. She is. I'm glad that she is the one who had my daughter, who is raising her. Because she is a damn good mum. My daughter, the love I feel for her is on a whole new level. But the thing is that this world has so many people who can inspire, but they seem to be buried underneath all the ones who want to drag them down. I mean, you get these speakers, whatever the hell you want to call them, talkers, the ones who sell the books, self-help books, whatever. You know, it's like, it feels about money. What about the normal person, the average everyday person, like the young lady I know who has a channel here, you know, who's been through so much, and yet she still retains that capacity to feel compassion for others, empathy. You know, my mate on here, Mother Boy. Now I've spoken to him a couple of times, and he's a decent guy. He's got, you know, not just his swordsmanship with his training, but also a couple of other ones to do with, well, basically bullies on the internet. And so he's got character. And so there's normal people out there who are good people, but everyone seems to be focused on these other ones, and the ones who aren't the famous, well-known people, you know, it's forgotten that these normal people probably even better because they don't have that. They do it out of the public eye, they do it on the quiet, they don't have the support of fans. It's weird, this world's weird. It's, I don't know. I've got pretty strong values and morals. Black and white, the world is for me. It's part of my Asperger's, so shit happens. We're almost out of time. And I've been rambling a bit. But there's, just my thoughts. There are those who are truly inspirational, both famous and the average everyday person, which in a sense the famous people were in the first place. You know, you got your fake ones. There's an idiot on YouTube, a so-called Ninja Master, who's absolutely full of shit. And you get ones who you don't see. They absolutely blow, if you knew what they did, to blow you away. We need to look at other people, we need to look at ourselves. We need to respect. And quite frankly, we need to pull our heads out of our asses as a society, because there's so much negativity and hatred out there. People try and destroy others for their own enjoyment in a troll. Well, that's my ramble for the day. Don't know what brought that one on, and I'll chat another time.